Yeah, first of all, how have you obviously moved to a new club in the off season? How have you found your first couple of months at Swansea?
Yeah, it's been exciting. Coming to a really good group, making good strides as a club, and we've got a bit of work to do, but everything's going in the right direction, and really happy with the move. It couldn't have gone better.
What was it around the pitch from Swansea which made sense for you at this point of your career with a World Cup coming up within the next year? What was it about that which turned your head and made you want to relocate to Wales?
I think the ambition of the club, to be honest, the direction they wanted to go in, where they want to be in the next sort of, obviously, like you say, a World Cup year, but for the length of my contract as well. So there's big ambition there, and knowing the players they wanted to sign and the players they've got in the building and stuff like that. So there was a lot of conversations had, and I felt it was the perfect fit for me as well as obviously how the club plays, how they see football played, and what sort of it means to the people in the city really, and how they go about things and how they enjoy their football. So it aligned with how I think football should be, and it was a perfect fit from both really.
All right, let's go around the grounds. Let's go one question each, and if we've got time at the end, we can throw in a few more. But Brooke from 10.
Hey Cam, how are you? Firstly, I just want to say congratulations on a stunning brace against Nottingham Forest earlier in September, but I'm sure you're aware sort of heaped a bit of pressure on Aussie Ange over there. Are you aware that you sort of helped contribute a little bit of pressure on him?
Obviously you're never going to try and not score, of course. Look, I've full faith in Ange and what he does and all the players he's sort of helped in his career, and the things like that he'll do great at Forest. It takes time. I think he's been saying that recently. I've seen a few press conferences, nothing changed overnight sort of thing, and Rome wasn't built in a day, as they say. So every faith he's going to do well, and thanks for making me feel bad. But he has some great people there as well. Obviously, all the other coaches that he's got that I've sort of come across as well, and it was great to see them on the night. I was really looking forward to it, and it was good from my point of view to score a couple of goals, but not so great from their point of view.
Anna.
Yeah, apologies.
Yeah. Hey Cam, hopefully that international goal comes for you soon as well, given you're in a bit of form there. I was just ask Matty Ryan about he's travelled something like 169,000 kilometres over the past year, more than anyone else in the world. You're a newer face in the Socceroos setup. How have you found, I guess, how difficult travel is in terms of playing, backing up, going back and forth, long haul flights? How do you find it contributes to your performance, or what detracts from it?
Still exciting, to be honest. Look, the environment we've created here, that was created long before I came along, is something everyone loves to be a part of. There's just smiles as soon as you come in, whether you're jet lagged or you're not, basically. Look, it's a great squad and a great environment to be a part of, and we're all striving to get better. But at the same time, I think we're probably some of the lucky players that we get looked after a lot by the staff and the organisation, and what they look to do to help us, sort of thing. And we're definitely, as much as we have to probably travel the furthest, like you said about Matty, there's also I like to think we get looked after one of the best as well. So if it could be any better, then it would be. So it's still exciting from my point of view, and always good to be in camp.
Marco.
G'day, Cam. Just as someone who's had success in the championship in the past, I guess now there's a handful of Aussie youngsters in there, different teams. What's your advice to them about how to handle that league and the sort of rigors of it, and what they need to do to do it well?
I'm not telling them nothing, to be honest, because they're my competition, so they're getting nothing off me. Nah, look, it's a relentless league, and I think look, we're 9 games into the season. There's a few boys who were there over the last season, and there's a few boys who've just come in this season, and yeah, already they've said how crazy the league can be, and we've seen that the league's not really settled down so far this season. There's a lot of crazy results going on, and that's the league in a nutshell, really. It's just expect the unexpected, and the hardest part about the championship is to try and find consistency, really. So my advice to them would be to try and find that consistency as best you can in your own game, and hopefully that feeds for their teams and they have successful seasons. But yeah, not against us.
David, Mark. Okay, David Weiner.
Thanks. Hey, just wondering, in your time, you obviously got an esteemed former centre back in charge of the Socceroos, and how intense and the lessons you've learned from the defensive work you guys are doing each time you come together as Socceroos under Tony Popovic.
Yeah, obviously with the boss's contributions and Foxy as well. From an out possession sort of point of view, we do a lot of work on our principles and a lot of reviews on previous games and how we can improve things and look at best practice from other teams around the world as well. So there's a lot of detail. It's a lot of it is principle based and trying to make things, I guess, as black and white as we possibly can to face different teams and what it might look like. So yeah, there's a hell of a lot of detail there from the coaches and a hell of a lot of experience to draw back on as well from their own careers and playing at the back. So yeah, we've got some great coaches and mentors, if you like, from my point of view in our position. And yeah, look, I think it's definitely paid off, and we've made some good sort of results from a good defensive base, really. So yeah, it's and that filters throughout the whole team. It's not just us guys at the back. There's the whole team has to really dial in on that side of the things and out possession. And yeah, we've took to that really well.
Joey.
Hi Cam, mate. Hope you're going well. Now that qualification's been secured and we're zeroing in on the World Cup, we're seeing some new players are being brought in, but there's also a bit of a look at continuity and consistency. When you look at that back line, I think 3 of the last 4 games, it's been you, Milosh and Ale starting there in the centre-back positions. Do you feel like now, 9 months out of a World Cup, you're really beginning to build that consistency with those 2 other guys at centre-back with you?
Yeah, look, I think just touching on what we've just been sort of said, I think the main thing is to come into camp and stick to the principles as a team. So I guess it doesn't change too much who's playing. Obviously, it's great to play alongside those guys that I've played with the last few games and great players as well. So it always helps. But there's other guys that are chomping at the bit to play as well. So and yeah, look, it's competition for places. There's no guarantees you're going to be starting, and yeah, every time you get the chance to play, no matter who it's with, is a real honour and something none of us take for granted. That's for sure, and we have to sort of do what we can to keep our shirts, and that goes with game time here and also game time at clubs and what we do away from the pitch as well, like training and all the other stuff that comes with it. So yeah, I guess the grind never stops, and yeah, we just keep striving to get better.
Adrian.
Hey Cam, hope you've been well, mate. Just talk us about this window in terms of just the sort of the ins and outs. Again, for players, you've got new players coming in, players going out. You're a staple of the team, firstly, and just what's it like to see just fresh faces coming in, guys that haven't played for ages? And secondly, just as a Perth local, obviously they've announced this AC Milan Como game. Looks like it's pretty much going to guarantee to happen. What's your thoughts on that as well, just as someone who's playing in a league where that would be highly unlikely that would get approved given the English supporters? But what does it do for just, you think, the WA community to have a fixture like that being so historic as well?
I think on your first part, just to touch on that, I think we've built, I guess, a culture here that everyone fits in immediately, to be honest. Everyone's excited to be here. There's obviously some guys that I haven't seen for a while, and look, we have that sort of brotherhood, I guess, here, where you're always keeping an eye on each other's results and how they're getting on and stuff like that. So there's plenty to catch up on, and it's always good to see guys that you haven't seen for a while, and I guess good to see them doing well for their clubs as well. That's helped get them here. So yeah, nothing really changed on that front. It's always the same. It's always exciting to be here. And then onto your second point, I think it's great. I wonder if someone was watching our game against Japan and how many fans turned up and the noise of the place and the atmosphere that we created that game. And yeah, look, it's a great fit for that game, and it's massive for Australian football, and it's massive for Perth as well. So I'm glad to see them get the nod for that game, and what a great occasion it'll be. So yeah, amazing, and maybe a few more in the future. But like you said, I'm not sure whether we'll manage to get a championship game there at some point, because there's so many of them, and there's a bit too much travel probably involved in that. But look, for such big clubs to be involved in a league game for the first time, I believe, and especially if it to come to Perth, is amazing. So yeah, I'll be excited to hopefully tune in for that one.